Fellow agilists, I recently took part in the Agile Confessional podcast with Giles Lindsay. This podcast explores the agile sins that people have committed in a confessional format, and for me, there have been many. I have fortunately been granted absolution for my agile sins. However, as penitence, I agreed to confess my 7 agile sins on video to all those who wish to hear them. Today's Agile Confessional is about gluttony. I've been guilty of committing the agile sin of being gluttonous. Let me paint you a picture. I was once working with a team. The environment was consulting, the client new to Agile, and the perception from them was that Agile would deliver more and faster. You probably guessed it, folks. I've been gluttonous when it comes to story points. When I was learning as a Scrum Master and still adjusting towards an Agile mindset, I took story points to mean results. The more, the better. I allowed those external client and stakeholder pressures to influence how I worked with my team. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has been guilty of this also. I'm sure you can imagine the detrimental effect that this had on the teams I worked with. I was personally under pressure to deliver by my management, to demonstrate excellence, and I pushed the team to work that I was working with to deliver more in the same time. And books from Agile pioneers titled Twice the Work in Half the Time definitely contributed towards this. Those who are familiar with my content nowadays are probably very aware that I'm very much against this style of doing things. I've learned from my Agile sins, and I'm proud to be fighting the battle for sustainability with the teams I work with now on a regular basis. The Agile Manifesto itself promotes sustainable pace indefinitely, which is something I'm very much an advocate for. So when a stakeholder or a client nowadays focuses on story points, velocity, or unsustainable pace, I'm the first to challenge and ask actually what outcome they're looking for. I will then seek to coach them or suggest alternative ways to achieve those outcomes without harming the teams that I work with. So how can you avoid committing the agile sin of gluttony yourself? Well, firstly, understand that velocity is a team metric, not your own. Velocity should primarily be used by teams to understand what they are capable of, and not as a metric which serves as a target or a challenge for teams to hit or to always improve upon unsustainably. Consider alternative measures for team success. So focus less on velocity and story points and more on how often customers engage with their users and what value users are getting from the products that they are producing. Challenge deadlines when they are given to you or your teams. Ask for rationale to understand why the deadline's been given, particularly if this has been set before the teams have even had the chance to look at or understand what they're being asked to do. Ensure the team has the ability to confirm whether the date's achievable. Protect yourself and the team from arbitrary deadlines. The next Agile Sin video will feature the Agile Sin of being greedy. Don't stop believing, folks.